A warm, late summer afternoon welcomes us to Nashville, where Week 1 continues with the start of another promising season for the Vanderbilt Commodores. On an 88-degree day with dry conditions, Vanderbilt opens its 2026 campaign against FCS Southeast, better known as Austin Peay. Looking to build on last year's outstanding 10-3 finish, the Commodores came up short against Iowa in the ReliaQuest Bowl, and this fall they'll begin life without Heisman Trophy finalist quarterback Diego Pavia, whose leadership helped fuel one of the program's best season in years. Even so, there's no shortage of talent returning. Senior quarterback Martell Height anchors a veteran defense, while senior wide receiver Junior Sherrill is expected to be one of the offense's top playmakers as Vanderbilt begins a new chapter. Austin Peay, aka FCS Southeast, arrives looking to embrace the underdog role, but the Commodores have their sights set on building on last season's success. It's opening day in the SEC, and Austin Peay/FCS Southeast and Vanderbilt are ready to kick it off. Next.
Glad to have you with us from First Bank Stadium in Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. A Week 1 showdown with both teams hoping to start their season off on a high note. It's the Condors and the Vanderbilt Commodores. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
When you talk about teams who are building for the future, you've got to mention Vanderbilt. Stadium upgrades, a dynamic crowd. First Bank Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee has improved in the last few years. It is the smallest stadium in the SEC, but the Vanderbilt fans are getting louder and more passionate as Clark Lee continues to build a contender in Nashville. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Holly. Commodores kickoff unit is ready to go, and so are we to start this season. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Condors offense will go on the attack first. And here comes the sophomore running back. They want him to take care of the ball, do the dirty work, be good in pass pro, and make plays when he has a chance. Here comes the option. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. The Condors in a good spot here with second and short. From the shotgun, the inside give. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run the option. Pulls it on the option. Maybe a crease. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They give it to the freshman, first carry of his career. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. He'll run it again. Turning it on. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. And it'll be the Condors are marching down the field. Quarterback on the keeper. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Pulls it and runs it again. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Condors pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. A run for the quarterback. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. This offense set up with a 2nd and short. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And it'll be the Condors, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense has it. They're on the move.
Man, that's a frustrating end to a promising drive. When you get the first drive, you start to go down the field, get in the enemy territory, thinking you might get points, and you do what you can't do. You make that mistake, put the ball on the deck, defense recovers, and gets the momentum in this football game.
To the air, it's Carter. Here comes the heat. Finds a man on the left. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. An explosive play takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. On the run, it's Alexander. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Power football with the run. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. He'll set up to throw. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide receiver comes in motion. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Commodores! The sure hand's in the end zone, and he has 6. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
Tell you what, as a defensive back, as a defensive player, you know, down here near the goal line, I got to get tight on my guys. I can't give away the easy stuff like that. Too easy near the goal line for that pitch and catch.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Off play action. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, it's right. Unloads to the wideout. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. The Condors will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Gonna run it. It's Alexander. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. Ball's ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. And the Commodores will punt it away on 4th down. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Here's the return. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. Wants to throw. It's right. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. And it'll be the Condors will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Grab behind the line. It's Adams. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Wide receiver going in motion. And the stiff arm was strong, but the defense was stronger, and they stop him for a short gain. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He'll pull it down. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. The Commodores have it with a 1st and 10. The play action fake. Rushes on him. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Motion from the wide receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Carter. Oh, they're after him. He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. Nestled just inside that right upright. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Looking for blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. They'll run play action. Throws for the tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. A little screen to the running back. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. Motion from the wideout. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. The give from the gun. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Condors have their offense in high gear. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll try to pop the draw. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And it'll be the Condors kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Give to the back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. Trying play action. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Hunt is on its way. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. They'll move the wide receiver. On the ground, it's Alexander. That'll be a beneficial run as he creates some breathing room and gets it up to the 13-yard line. Back to pass, it's Carter. Looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23. They'll give it to him again. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. It'll be 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Showing some serious leg strength on that boomer. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Firing to the right, complete. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. The Commodores signal for a timeout. It's their first. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Just feeds the running back. Timeout taken by Vanderbilt. That's their second. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. The Condors line up to punt it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. The option, the keeper. Oh, he's got some space. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. Doing it himself again. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. And the Commodores headed quickly to the line.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
There were serious revolutions on that third down pass, but it's incomplete. The Commodores decide to punt it away. High and away, headed toward the sideline, just the way he drew it up.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping.
Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety.
And that's exactly what you call complementary football. The punter doing a great job downing the opponent inside their own 5-yard line. Then the defense takes the field and they get the safety. You've got to love that if you're the head coach.
After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to pass, it's Carter. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Showing the arm straight down the left side. It's caught. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Vanderbilt takes his 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Snagged out of the air. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. He goes right back to the air. Unloads it left. Pass is incomplete and half comes to a close on that play. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We get things going with the Ball State Cardinals, taking on the #1 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's the Cardinals looking to get the job done on the road. Right now, it's early, but they lead this season opener. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the standings. Now back to your game in Nashville. So far today, the most dominant player on the field has been that DB. Pass breakups, shutting down one side of the field. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, and he's played a big part in this halftime lead. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at First Bank Stadium.
And it'll be the Condors who will kick it off to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Right back to the well. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Carter. Oh, it's picked start they hoped for. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Going with the counter play here.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And that won't quite be enough for the first down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And it's right down the boulevard. The lead is now back down to 9.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Vanderbilt's offense out there looking to start a productive drive. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. They'll move the tight end. Gonna run it. It's Alexander. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught in the backfield. It's Thomas. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. Looking to throw, it's Carter. Pocket breaking down. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
Well, one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
And the Commodores send out the punt unit. Takes it on the return. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Pulls it on the option. A 3-yard gain there. It'll be 3rd and 7. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. The Condors will call on their punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Finds his big tight end. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Commodores now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Got it behind the line. It's Adams. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Commodores will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Keeps it on first down. but nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long. Gives it on the option. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Looking downfield, it's right. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Kick is in the air. Nestles it in at the 35. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. Caught over the middle. It's Sherrill. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the offense. Wants to go right back downfield. That's caught. It's Spence. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. Off the play fake. He rifles one deep down the middle. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Wants to throw it. Bringing the heat. Makes the grab on the left. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. The give on the counter. Shakes off the defender. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. After the productive 1st down play at 2nd and 6. Keeps it on the option. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to be a little bit short of that 1st down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Good, right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further. Fielded in the end zone. It's King. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. He just got rid of that one to save the down, didn't see anything he liked. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's right. Working that wide receiver screen. Got 7 yards on the play, it's 3rd and 3. Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker, he's a yard short. And it'll be the Condors will punt this one away. Oh, that punt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Headed to the edge, it's Alexander. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Alexander. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up 4th down. The Commodores will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. Here comes the offense back onto the field. Now on the counter. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And, man, that has to be frustrating for this defense. You give up a big play. What do you want the secondary to do? Man, you've got to get pressure on the quarterback at some point.
There's some room. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. They really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Condor! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. They'll stop play here to tend to the injured Commodore. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. To the air, it's Carter. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. On the move and looking deep. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. And the Commodores will bring the punt team onto the field. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. 1st down here as we dive into the college football season, a week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Here's the give off the left side. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Sets up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Here's a heat. He's sacked. This defense all over him. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
The Condors will punt it away on 4th down. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Vanderbilt's offense out there looking to start a productive drive. The option, he'll keep it. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Line getting set on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Carter. Gets rid of it. The short hands, it's Adams. The defense uses a timeout, that's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He'll keep it himself. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Wide receiver going in motion. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Sherrill. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. There's never a good time for it, but man, do you hate to see it in the first game of the season. The give, and tick, 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 tick. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Pulls it in, it's Adams. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Commodores come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. They'll try to run for it. He works his way past the 1st down marker, and that will put this one away. And the Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.
So in their first game since losing quarterback Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt does get the win 15-10 over FCS Southeast / Austin Peay, but good Lord, their offense looked pretty terrible. That quarterback that they're using now did not have the best day. But they do win 15-10. Taking a look at the team stats, Vanderbilt barely had the edge in 1st downs, 13-11. Vanderbilt somehow had the edge on total offense, even though they only had 237 total yards. FCS Southeast had 179, so the Vanderbilt defense did play good. Rushing yards, FCS Southeast actually had the edge, 104 to only 69 for Vanderbilt. Passing yards, Vanderbilt did have the edge, 168 to 75. 3rd down conversion percentage, Vanderbilt had the edge, 37% to 18%. Both teams had 1 turnover. FCS Southeast lost a fumble and Vanderbilt threw a pick. And the time of possession was in favor of Vanderbilt exactly by 30 seconds. Taking a look at the player stats, Dylan Carter for Vanderbilt finishes 19 of 35 for 168 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. FCS Southeast Earl Wright finishes 11 of 18 for 75 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading rusher for FCS Southeast was Rock Johnstone, 14 carries for 58 yards and a touchdown. For Vanderbilt, they were led by Cedric Alexander, 15 carries for 42 yards for him. Leading receiver for Vanderbilt was Junior Sherrill, 5 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown. For FCS Southeast, they were led by Curtis Nix with 7 catches for 58 yards. Leading blocker for FCS Southeast was Zion Timmons with 6 pancakes. For Vanderbilt, it was Cole Spence with 7 pancakes. Defensive leaders for the Commodores, they were led in total tackles by Martel Height and Ricardo Jones. Each had 8 tackles for loss. There was a bunch of guys with 1 to tie for the team lead. Sacks, it was a four-way tie between Miles Capers, Glenn Seabrooks III, Talon Carter, and Jalen Davies. All had one sack for Vanderbilt, and no interceptions for the Commodores. For FCS Southeast, Emmanuel Dexter had the only interception. Dustin Fairweather had the only sack. Four different guys tied for the team leading tackles for loss with 2 each, and Audric Bush led the team in total tackles with 11. Kicking stats for FCS Southeast, Turner Mills made his only field goal attempt from 38 yards out. He also made his only extra point attempt. For Vanderbilt, Brock Taylor made both of his field goal attempts with a long of 58, and he made his only extra point attempt. Punting for Vanderbilt, Peyton West had 7 punts for an average of 57.4 yards per punt, and FCS Southeast Ty Minchie had 8 punts for an average of 54.5 yards per punt. Punters still killing it in this video game, even though I've adjusted the punting power down a bit. Kick returns for FCS Southeast, Tyrone Hickson had 2 returns for an average of 16 yards per return, and Kevin King had 1 return for 22 yards. Vanderbilt's Tristan Brown had 3 kickoff returns for an average of 18.3 yards per return. Punt returns for Vanderbilt, Cole Adams had 5 returns for an average of 8.6 yards per return, and for FCS Southeast, Pace Jenkins had 5 returns for an average of 6.2 yards per return. Scoring summary in the first quarter, Vanderbilt looked like their offense might be okay as they got a 8-yard touchdown pass from Dylan Carter to Junior Sherrill. It was 7-0 Vanderbilt at the end of 1. Second quarter, Vanderbilt gets a 57-yard field goal from Brock Taylor and a safety to go up 12-0 at halftime. In the third quarter, FCS Southeast gets a 38-yard field goal from Turner Mills. It was 12-3 Vanderbilt going into the fourth. Vanderbilt in the fourth gets a 29-yard field goal from Brock Taylor, and then FCS Southeast gets a 1-yard touchdown run from Rock Johnstone. And that ended the scoring, so Vanderbilt does get the win, 15-10 over FCS Southeast / Austin P. So Vanderbilt starts 2026 1-0, but it's kind of a shaky start, especially on offense. We'll see if they can do a little bit better next week. Headline from the game, home field advantage. The Vanderbilt Commodores are now 1-0 after defeating FCS Southeast at First Bank Stadium. The highlighted players are Martel Height from Vanderbilt and Rock Johnstone from FCS Southeast. Vanderbilt, obviously a much higher rated team. And there is Vanderbilt's schedule. They've got the Delaware Blue Hens coming up next week at home. Delaware did get a nice upset victory over Western Kentucky, the preseason favorite in Conference USA. I think Delaware may be the new Conference USA favorite. So that won't be a very easy game either. And then they've got NC State after that. But next game coming your way, another Saturday Week 1 game at noon. We'll have Texas State at number 7 Texas, an intra-state battle where the Longhorns will probably win easily, but you never know when there's 2 in-state teams matching up. A lot of times the kids played high school football against each other and are not intimidated, so we'll see what happens there. But from Nashville, Tennessee, the Vanderbilt Commodores start 2026 off with a somewhat shaky win, but still a win, winning 15-10 over FCS Southeast / Austin P. And we will see you next time.